Here we are again. This is Super Boom. Oh my God. I can never say our own podcast name.
Welcome back to the Super Movie Bros podcast.
can
I'm
never s-
sorry, I'm still working on replacing him. He doesn't really got it, you know. It's very funny. Before we walked in, he was very worried about my ability to take this off because he saw that I consumed a 20-ounce sugar-free Red Bull. I was just, getting all coked up and ready for you guys. Today we're talking about a movie that Kyle selected, which is why I asked him for once to do the intro. Escape from New York
and I'm
from
Kyle, by the way. So
1981.
never got to that part because
Oh,
I bit my
yeah,
tongue.
it's all right.
But yes, Escape from New York, John Carpenter. I was really excited for Michael to watch this because I don't remember ever watching John Carpenter movies with you. I don't think we've ever really discussed them. He's one of my favorite directors, but it's really up my alley, and I know don't think Michael would like most of his filmography. So here we are to discuss it and see what the hell he thought about it, and I get to sit here and
So
gloat
wait,
about
you
it.
don't think I would like this movie?
We're not there yet. So,
What do you mean we're not there yet?
so, well, this is where we're doing it now. But
Yeah.
John
but that's why I'm
Carpenter,
asking
Kurt
you.
Russell, Donald Pleasance. He's saving the president of the United States, and what New York City has now been turned into a massive prison with cool soundtrack. What did you think of it?
No, I asked you what you think I think of it first.
Okay, I think Michael liked it, but he didn't love it. Or
Why did I not love it?
because it's not over the top. I mean, it's over the top, but it's not like a lot of walking. There's a lot of walking in it, and there's a lot of not just
Which is funny because
that
I accuse
Michael
you of
love-
liking that.
that Michael loves, but he loves.
Oh no,
He loves it done well and practical and nice
just
and
because you
clean.
said that, the next movie that we watch is going to be a very very slow movie.
That's fine.
That I don't know if you'll be able to handle. With that, this movie was the most boring piece of shit I've seen in a very long time. Oh my god, this movie.
You hated it that much?
And then the most ridiculous version of the
Oh
of the
my
tough
gosh.
guy like person. Like, I know Kurt Russell can do better, but like the way this character was written was so stupid.
Okay.
Down to
I
the
love it.
name.
I love it. All right, this is your hell or high
Fucking
water.
snake
Uh,
pig skin, that's what I'll
Snake
call him.
Plissken. First off, you're very much in the minority about hating this movie.
That's
A
fine.
lot. It's pretty well received. It's also Kurt Russell's favorite movie he's done of his own, and it's Snake Plissken's also his favorite character. It's supposed to be dumb and over the top. Now, boring, I thought watching, and I thought maybe you would find it boring. There are some stuff, some moments where it just kind of gets bogged
You
down.
drag out every little thing, and it's not like sometimes you watch a movie like Sicario where it'll be like just the cars driving, but you can feel the intensity and the way the cars are close together and everything like this. This one, half the movie is just a bunch of
It's also made in early
soldiers
1980s.
dressed in black. Yeah. And you know what else is
With
made in the
very
early
low budget.
1980s?
I'm,
Well, on a very low budget, The Terminator.
I know.
Excellent movie. Never boring.
You don't gotta come. Okay.
Hey,
We'll go
you
back.
said
Let's
early
not
80s.
terminate thing. So you thought it was boring as hell.
Yes. And then never a reason to care about any character. Never a reason to care about any of them.
Sometimes you don't need to. Sometimes it's just.
No, I think in this genre of film,
No.
you have to be behind the characters.
This movie is.
and I wasn't.
Well, this movie doesn't. You don't need to know anything about Snake Plissken. You don't have to like him. You don't have to be like emotionally
I don't have to
attached.
know anything about
It's
him, but
just
I would like him to have more personality than just.
But sometimes
Eh.
playing that stereotype up is fun. It's stylistic. It's
Yeah,
way over
it
the
is,
top.
and
It's fun.
it's been done in a fun way before. It wasn't done in a fun way here.
He invented it.
I don't think they did.
Wow. Okay, you freaking hate it.
Yeah, I didn't like. No reason to care. No reason to.
So our Michael's first John Carpenter.
It's not my
Dipping his-
first John Carpenter movie.
Dipping his, not really.
His
but
excellent. Digging kind of haven't watched it since I was a kid. His excellent Ghost of Mars.
So you okay? So
Super
you realize
underrated
that Ghost
film.
of Mars was supposed to be Escape from Mars. It was supposed to be a Snake Plissken movie.
Well, I'm glad it wasn't.
He did Escape from New York, and then Escape from L.A., which does suck. Escape from L.A. really, really sucks. It's got
I
some
don't
a
know.
little bit of redeeming stuff.
Something about it makes me think maybe I'll like that one more.
Wait
Roger
wait
Ebert
till
apparently gave Escape from New York 2.5 stars, and then Escape from L.A. 3.5 stars.
So you've seen the really shitty green screen of I forget which James Bond. I mean, it's Pierce Brosnan. It's Goldeneye when he's surfing.
No, it's not Goldeneye.
Or
That's Die Another
Die
Day.
Another Day. There's an even shittier surf scene in Escape from LA that is
Yeah.
just really, really bad. Okay. Wow. All right. So you didn't like it. So what's boring about it? Defend yourself,
I'm so
dude.
what do you mean what's boring about it? There's like scenes of just them, like just like if the city was designed in some interesting way, it would make more sense why it would just kind of sit on it. Or every time the soldier, like I forget what they were, the command center area or whatever, whenever they were making a decision to do something, all the soldiers in black running around, there's so many scenes of them just running around that are just like elongated. And I'm like, their uniforms aren't interesting. Their area they're around is not interesting. Like the movie thought it looked better than it did, and that it would justify sitting on shots for way longer than
Easy to say in
justified.
2025.
What do you mean? I mean, they're like, if
But a
you're
lot
going back to the old thing, there's movies from the 70s and 80s that looked great or
No.
that had great shots. Like
Get that.
Star
But
Wars
that's not
was
what
interesting
he was
to
really
look at.
going for. That's not really John Car.
Then he should have shortened those shots and got to the point.
Okay. I
And
mean,
added a little bit more character to any of these people. Any of
I
them.
just don't think it was meant to. I think it was meant for.
Then it wasn't
Macho
meant
Guy
to be
goes in there
good.
and
Then it wasn't meant to be good.
I think it's Macho Man goes in
The
there.
president has the most personality out of any character in this movie.
He's also British. It's like a British.
No, that's funny.
A British American president, which I love. But I love the actor, and I love. I feel like once you know or I'm not here to sell you on the idea, and I know I'm not going to change your mind, but I feel like once you really get John Carpenter and you watch more of his movies, then this movie's not as glaringly boring because then maybe that means you're just going to hate everything he does. But he does some.
I really like Ghost of Mars.
He does
As a kid.
That's
Haven't
one
watched
of
it as an
his
adult.
worst
I
movies,
feel the
if
need to
not
say.
his worst movie.
Yeah, that's what I've always heard.
And that's blows my mind.
I really liked it as a kid.
But so what I like about this is that it's doesn't need to be this overcomplicated. Just
There's a difference between overcomplicated and simply
it's a very simple movie.
devoid or like having enough so it doesn't feel devoid of any
Emotion.
resonance or anything. Yeah, I mean, but even emotion, it doesn't necessarily have to even go that far. Just like anything about Snake Pigskin, what I will continue to call him, anything about him that would make him interesting or make me want to follow him. Like
They
they
don't tell you much about him at all, other than
no,
he was a badass at one point in the
and
war.
they don't like crap on, like they make their allusions to the idea of how crappy it is what they're doing, like with the New York whatever. But like at the same time, you know, like okay,
It doesn't. I
that's
mean,
kind of shitty. But like you don't, they didn't, they did. It's hard to describe. Like they didn't do enough to make me like, oh, I hate the military people. So I'm like all for this random guy I know nothing about, just shitting on him, and I'm rooting for him over them. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing to the dynamics of it to make you care in any way.
I can agree with that, but I
So
don't
how do you go
need-
forward from there in any way?
Because to me, it's to me, I consume it as I sometimes want to sit down and watch Kurt Russell in a really cheesy, over the top costume do some silly stuff, and there's some action here and there, and with an amazing soundtrack and very interesting characters he meets along the way.
Sounds
it's
like you want to watch The Hateful Eight.
No,
and
it
I
sounds
don't
like I
judge you
wanna
for that.
watch
It's a great
a-
movie.
It's like a weird version of The Wizard of Oz, to me. He meets characters along the way. He's got Ernest Borgnine as the really cool, quirky taxi cab driver. I like that. Then you got Isaac Hayes, chef from South Park, and then just Isaac Hayes music in general as the Duke. And I love the chandeliers on the car. I can totally get why you wouldn't like it, but I think you could see why I like it because we differ on certain things when it comes to that stuff. I can get into my over stylistic, not great movie, but there for the
I like a
superficial things,
stylized
the
movie.
superficial things.
I can get into some superficial stuff. I just would like even a superficial reason to like anybody in this movie.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
This felt like what the original Blade Runner made me feel like.
So you know that Blade Runner used the same set and they just painted over everything for like
Makes
the
a
matte
lot of
paintings.
sense.
Make,
Makes a
make
lot
like
of
when you see
sense.
the city skyline. I forget which one came out first. I'm pretty sure Blade Runner came out after, but I'm
Yeah,
pretty
I
sure
think so.
that
'Cause I think it's like 82 for Blade Runner, and this one's 81.
81. So what they did is when you see the cities, uh, they just went back and kind of repurposed it, the skylines and stuff. Obviously, I'll I'll say here, Blade Runner is way better than this movie, and this isn't even my favorite John Carpenter movie.
I mean,
So
it
I'm
is.
not. This isn't my top 10 or anything. It is like I always keep saying, it's like a comfort food of a movie though for me.
Doesn't come from me at all.
I know it doesn't comfort you at all, but there's just and I just it is it's unique. It's different. It's
I'll give you unique. I mean,
I feel like it's made with a certain vision. I think
it did have a vision. I'll give it that. It was a little bit of a shallow vision, I would say.
I think that's just I guess where we differ on. I know you want your stakes, you want your investment, you want your emotional investment into these characters, and this you're not gonna
I
get
can
emotionally
take.
invested to anyone other
I
than
like.
maybe I kind of was a little upset when the cab driver died.
I will take a cold movie just fine as long as there's an investment to be had. Like if there is like
Gotta get the
a
president
more
out of
obvious.
New York City.
I was kind of cool with that as a thing, but then I would want either Snake Pigskin or the president to be more likable. You know what I mean? Just like give me somebody.
Well, that's why you get the cab driver.
He wasn't likable.
What?
He drove away.
Oh, he saved him.
Eh.
He just said, "Come on, get in the cab."
Yeah, and then they all, spoiler alert, they all kind of die one
So
by
that
one.
they all just drop like flies the last.
But
10 minutes
also,
of the
it's
movie.
kind of confusing how you're supposed to feel about them in a way. Like,
They're
yeah,
just-
they came
They're
back,
just
but they
hooligans
came
in
back.
the city.
Didn't they only come back for their own self-interest?
Yeah. Well, even like the couple, gosh, I'm forgetting his name. Brains, and then I know her name, Adrian.
Boobs.
Well, yeah, because it's all boobs the whole
Yeah.
movie. But Adrienne Barbeau is her given name
Yeah.
in real life,
Her,
not
her
boobs.
given name?
Yes, Christian name,
Yeah.
proper name.
Yeah.
And the director's wife at the time. But
That I did know because I did my research, of course.
so yeah, and she's in a lot of other stuff he does. I mean, maybe I picked the wrong John Carpenter movie for you. It was between this and The Thing. Now I'm thinking that I should have picked The Thing. Not that this podcast is to impress you. I like putting movies that you don't
Oh,
like.
no, for sure. I think our last several episodes prove that we're not trying to impress each other.
But so no, I like it, and what boggles my mind is that I did a little research after this, and Kurt Russell, he stylized this character off of Clint Eastwood, and he did it all off Clint Eastwood. And what's funny though is that
I need to
the
see.
guy that plays the leader of what you call it, the military,
Mm.
is the main bad guy from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And he's in all these Clint Eastwood movies. So it's like Clint Eastwood plays these kind of stoic, non-emotional characters that you like, but then when this movie, you don't.
See, I don't necessarily love the stoic, non-emotional guy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because I've made the comparison before. Like if you watch something like my favorite action hero of like the 80s and 90s. If I have to pick the tough guy one, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. But if I have free reign of different kinds of action heroes, it's absolutely Bruce Willis and Die Hard because he has an emotional range. He can be funny. He can lose. You know what I mean? Like he's not like some infallible, like perfect person. I hate that kind of character. And like where they're like, oh, nothing stops me. I'm so like, try that. You know what I mean? Like the weird, just over the top, ridiculous macho, but also can be serious. Like so, I don't love the stoic overly stoic
Okay.
action hero.
And I think sometimes I like it. Sometimes it's just sometimes to me it's
It
just
can be fun. It
sometimes
can
it's
be
just
fun.
fun and cool to be with just that over the top guy that just doesn't give a damn. I don't know. I feel like you might have to if you're trying to trying to get some dynamic multi-layered character out of this, you're not going to find it in this
I think what
at
it
all.
is sorry, with that, just to close that out, if they're inherently like to you like like a badass, like literally like the Terminator, right? He is a machine. He already is cool. When it's a regular dude that can for some reason
Well, he's
do
got
a
an
bunch of
eye
ridiculous.
patch. He's got his sleeves cut off. He's got his urban camo and his boots and his knee pads.
To be honest, they did fine with him on that. Like this movie doesn't really have that problem. Like he
Inspired a
does
lot
have
of
to
Metal
he
Gear
does
Solid.
you say inspired by
No,
inspired.
inspired
Yeah,
a lot
no,
of
I
Metal
know.
Gear Solid.
Clearly.
Yeah,
Clearly. Solid Snake, you know.
yeah.
Yeah, no, all yeah, for sure. But
I couldn't put an
no,
eye patch in.
there was some ingenuity that had to be taken into account for him to like win the fight in that little boxing ring thing with the
Was that your
bats.
okay? What is your favorite thing about this movie? Would it be that scene? Because I think that's one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah, no, it's the scene that kind of brought me back into it a little bit as I was like just kind of
Sleeping.
almost. But no, yeah, that's probably the best scene.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the bridge scene that much when they're driving down like the
Yeah.
bridge or whatever, and his way of escaping, and then the president shooting him. Like I liked all that.
I did like that. I didn't like this time of viewing. This is probably the fourth or fifth time I watched this. I didn't realize how at the end the president's you don't like the president because he's so ungrateful for what Snake did, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know why it never clicked me the first time because
Well, that's why he rips up, tears up the tape.
exactly. And I never remember that leaving that movie the first couple times I watched it, going like, "Screw the president in this." But no, but that's kind of I don't know what I was
I
watching.
think that's another thing that I understand, and it's funny that feels relevant now. That a lot of people have that attitude of like, screw them, they don't
Well,
care
yeah,
about us.
Snake
But at the
Plissken's
same time,
president of what?
yeah.
Thing.
But at the same time, like everybody's screwed by him ripping up that tape.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like that doesn't help anybody. So it's a little.
well, I think
It's also just a little bit of a nihilistic kind of
it's
movie.
also a very stylistic way to end the movie. It's a cool guy way to end the movie.
I know, but
It's like walking away from an explosion in slow motion.
yeah. See, I don't.
Sometimes it's fun to do that.
Sometimes it's fun to say fuck the whole world. I'm tearing this up. Like everybody's
You don't
screwed
gotta
now
think
because
about
this
it
guy
that hard.
this guy didn't seem like grateful enough. What a
I
woman.
don't take
What
John
a woman
Carpenter movies
thing.
that
Oh.
seriously.
You said thank you, but did you mean it? Yeah, never mind. Turn this up.
Don't think about it. Don't think about it too hard. These
I
movies
can't
aren't
help
meant
but-
to be thought about too hard. This is just digest. Take it in. Don't sit there and go, well, what about his
If you put more on
family?"
screen at one point at any given time going on, then yeah, maybe I could not think so much. But this movie is very boring and gives you a lot of time to just think.
Think about how bad it is.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And it was perfect because Haley woke up because she did fall asleep. And it was
I
just
almost
like, this
texted you
movie-
while you're doing this, going, your wife is going to not like this movie.
Yeah, and she was like, was there any reason to care? And I was like, no, absolutely not. There was no reason to care. She was like, was there? And I was like, yeah, no.
He didn't find love.
Well, see, I often dislike that. I want him to have his own, character and own reason for doing what he does, and it's so singular, and that can be okay if it's like a singular internal reason for doing what you're doing, but it's a singular like external reason, like yo, you won't go, we'll let you go if you go do this.
No,
Okay.
like I said, like I like this movie for those reasons. It's by no means my favorite John Carpenter movie, and it's probably not even in my top.
Have you seen Ghosts of Mars?
Yes, a little bit, but not much, not enough to
Oh.
remember.
Oh.
I don't see how I would put that movie over this one, but we might have to go back to that.
It's
one
really
day.
funny. It has probably been 20 years since I've seen it, so it's gonna be really funny if you rewatch it, and I don't
might
feel
not
the
even
same.
be in his top 5. I mean, because you got Halloween 2, you got The Thing, and you got They
I don't
Live.
know. I don't think I can change that much as a person. Like, I can now acknowledge why it could be not as good, but I can't imagine me not at least really liking it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll be really shocked if I like straight up hate it this time around. I forget her name, Natasha, whatever her name is.
I don't remember much.
What did I? Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't hear myself for a second.
I didn't. I
Ice
did.
Cube.
I,
All right,
Ice Cube.
Ice Cube killed in that movie.
And then he went to Are We There Yet? But
Yeah.
no, I like it's not the top 5 for me at all. And there's really not a John Carpenter movie that I just hate, but I come for it for the Kurt Russell being cool and being macho, and I come for the soundtrack, and I come for
Mm.
what I like also is like every person that he at least comes across is unique. And I feel like the costumes were done uniquely, and it's got this very like the Warriors vibe. I don't know if you ever
This
saw
could
the
be a
Warriors.
really cool video game. I'll give you that.
They-
It really could be.
Yeah, no, I get it.
And I don't mean
the
Metal Gear
concept's
Solid.
very
I mean
No.
the this version of that.
Well, the concept's very, very cool, I think. I like the idea of, yeah, you're just dropped in, extract them, and get out and be done. It's very simple. It's very, I don't know. It's bare bones, very bare bones plot, but it doesn't. I don't need these heavy.
I'm not saying I need a big plot either. What I'm saying is like it doesn't have plot or character.
What would you
need
change?
one or the
What
other.
would you change? Are
I
you giving him pigskin backstory, or are you just giving like least-
more of a I would give him more of a point of view
Okay.
rather than just I'm all about myself. I'd give him a point of view on the situation. And I give the people more to say about theirs whenever he comes across them in the shitty New York. You know, like I'd explore what their lives are like a little bit more,
So,
and give them some actual conflicts other than just getting out of there. Everyone is so singularly focused on not being there.
well, every character is like a means to an end. Every character serves a purpose for him to get the like there to
Yes.
here, and then
If your plot is bare bones and all your characters are a means to an end, does that not sound like a really lazy script to you?
no, it just sounds like a very, very just simple movie. That and sometimes it's okay to have just a simple movie.
If it did more visually, it would be, but it doesn't.
You don't like his glider hanging off the World Trade Center?
I mean, that was kind of
'Cause
cool.
that aged amazingly.
That was kind of cool. I was fine with that. What I really didn't like was when they were like looking over the buildings and it was like that overhead view camera thing that they did. Then it was like,
Oh, like a miniature.
no, it was like I guess what they could see with their satellite or something,
Oh, and it's
whatever.
all like Matrix green and black.
Yeah, that was
okay.
bad.
I think that's him trying
That
to.
was bad.
'cause I
I
gue-
get it. I get it. I'm just saying that
I
that
guess
didn't
yeah,
age.
it's him thinking what's going to be 97. Apparently, in 97, cameras go backwards, and it's all almost digital, like analog, just green black, like what you think of the most like prehistoric computer you can think of. And then also, I guess we have a British president, which I don't know how that ever happens. Or Donald Pleasant just did a terrible job of hiding his accent. I just can't see him not as Dr. Loomis. So like everything he does, he's still dressed the same
Mm.
way because he's the doctor for Michael Myers,
Mm,
who wrote this movie with John Carpenter.
mm.
I don't know if he has any other writing credits, but I think they wrote this on the set of how. Actually, I don't even quote me on that. But Nick Castle he did write it with the guy that played Michael Myers.
Yeah, no, that I saw.
And
too.
then he also does his own score and composing, which
Yeah.
I always love. But yeah, I didn't think you. Okay, I thought you would like it a little better than what you're giving it.
Yeah, no, it was not for me.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if you'll even like thinking about the other John Carpenter movies. I think you'll definitely like The Thing better. I'm very nervous to show you They Live because it's more it's a lot like Escape from New York, as in like it's one guy and he's found these glasses that kind of just when he puts the glasses on, all the corporate propaganda, everything that the government's put out, and then the corporations just go away. So like if he's looking at a McDonald's sign, he puts his glasses on, it just goes obey, and then he puts his glasses on, and he can see what people are in with the the swamp and the higher ups and stuff, and then he ends up just chewing gum and kicking ass. That's where that line comes from. But and it's Roddy Piper. So now I'm really nervous to show you his other things.
Yeah. Yeah, he may end up not being my thing except for the one that everyone hates.
Yeah, that's weird. You should get rid of that opinion.
I might. We never know. I just really don't think I will.
And I don't
because
remember
I liked
much
it too
about it.
much as a kid. I was the whole vibe of it was really my thing. I remember my dad and I came back from going somewhere to eat, and it was like, all right, you have to go to sleep
You saw
now.
this in theaters?
No.
Oh no, you saw like as a
Yeah, it was on
video.
TV, and I was a kid, and I started to see like the main monster looking person going rah rah rah, and I was just like
It's
glued
like a
to the
zombie
screen.
movie on Mars.
Yeah.
It's weird.
And my dad was like, you need to go to sleep. And I was like, eyes glued to the TV. And I was like, oh, I will. And I just stayed up and watched the rest of it. And then made him like rent the full movie for me like the next day or something. Anyway, I do have a special segment for you here. Let's see if we can't nail down where you're coming from. Because what we are about to do is blah blah blah. Sorry, I'm trying to get my words together. I'm vamping so I can word this right. Rank these 5 80s action movies without knowing what comes next.
Okay.
First, and I'm gonna make sure I type in the numbers so I don't forget.
Blind test.
Uh,
I'm going into it blind.
yeah,
Don't think about it too hard.
which is like when I said without knowing what comes next.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Predator.
3.
Okay. Die Hard.
I wish I would have said 3 because I would have put that at 3 because it's a good just
Too late.
average place to put something. Oh, 2.
First Blood.
1.
The Terminator.
4.
You once again fell into my trap. Rocky 4. Number
Ah,
5.
shit.
That's why I put it last. I can't believe you put First Blood first. I would have put Die Hard first.
You didn't say you said
Yeah.
First Blood after Die Hard.
I did. I said I can't believe you put First Blood first. Like you ranked it 1.
Well, at that point, I mean, it's either 1, 4, or 5, and it's not 4 or 5 for me. But you know what? Honestly, I like First Blood over Die Hard anyway,
Mm.
and I will take First Blood over
And
Terminator.
over the Terminator?
Yes, not Terminator
That's
2, not
wild.
Terminator 2, not Terminator 2, but Terminator 1.
Yeah,
yes.
Terminator 2 is a 90s movie. But
I know, but
that's wild. First Blood is not better
would've
than the
gone- I would've
Terminator or
gone-
Die Hard.
I would have gone Rocky 4, First Blood. What was my third?
Predator.
Predator. Yeah. I'm still.
So Die Hard's 4 and Terminator's 5?
Yeah. I'm a big.
So that's
Sylvester
where he
Stallone
comes from. He has very bad opinions.
I'm a Sylvester Stallone.
To
guy.
be honest, though, this is a list. I purposely made it like all of these are like well-regarded
You
movies.
entrapped. That's entrapment.
Anybody will have a different like list. You know what I mean? Like
No, that's a
there'll be
good-
people that put Predator 1 and they're not
That's
wrong.
a good.
People
no,
that
that's
put
That's a good mix of movies. I
Yeah.
just what you were doing when you put Rocky 4 last because that's. One
I
of my
did. I
favorite
knew
movies
exactly what I
ever.
was doing. I like making you put your movies that you like.
And you know that
last.
there's a director's cut of that now that came out now that's like got an
I
extra
remember
30
that, but
minutes.
that was like 10 years ago, right? That he did
was
that.
like 4, 5. I think he did it during the pandemic, and he was like, "I'm gonna go."
No.
Yeah, look at
This
that.
was a long time
Live
ago.
on air.
I remember reading about this a long time ago.
I mean, he's been talking about it for a while, but it's called Rocky versus Drago, and yeah, no, he's added like 30 minutes into it, and I think it came out 3-4 years ago,
Let's see.
and I never got to see it. I never.
It came out in 1985. No, I'm just kidding. Hold on.
I'm pretty sure during the pandemic he went into his little cave and
Yeah, 2021. I remember. I
Mm.
swear I remember reading that a lot longer
He's been
ago.
talking about it for a while.
Okay.
but yeah. So
Interesting.
I'd like to see that one day.
No, maybe
yeah.
we could do that on the podcast.
Yeah, but
you know.
good.
Good list,
Gotcha
bad
list.
movie.
Good
Yeah,
ga-
no, I
gotcha
like getting a
list.
good
Yeah.
gotcha list.
But you don't have to be like Michael, and you can watch Escape from New York and like it. So you wouldn't
Yeah.
even recommend this.
No, well, hey, if you need a nap, sometimes you need to go to sleep, and sometimes
Okay.
it'll be nice to have a movie on while you go to sleep. So there you go.
All right, it's what do they call that, white noise, green noise when you go to sleep.
Green noise?
There is a green noise.
I believe you, but I've never heard
don't
of
ask
it.
me to define it.
White
It's out
noise when you
there.
go to sleep.
Yeah, white noise when you go to sleep. And if you're going to sleep listening to our podcast, good night. We love you. This has been the Super Movie Bros podcast.
Night night.
Like, share, follow. Bye bye. Subscribe.